Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondy.
Good to be here.
And the energetic Tony O.
Morning, boys. Energetic. Wow. I didn't realize I was feeling energetic this morning. Yeah. Tommy, what was that response?
I mean, look.
Hey, did I throw you off? I changed it up.
Honestly,
I changed it up, guys. Yeah.
I was trying to remember. Usually that's me, right?
Yeah, I got to do a new one. You know what? I think the keep you guys on your toes with the intro.
I don't like it.
Tommy, let me say that I am very much off my toes after that one.
Awesome. It worked. That's what we needed this morning. It's a little bit of that.
Yeah. By the way, did you guys finalize?
Yeah, go on.
Are you having that tournament in Kingston that I probably won't be able to attend?
You know, Tony, the unresponsiveness from whoever is in charge of that has been as bad as it gets. Have not heard a single peep. So I've given up on that. Maybe I'll send another message out, but don't have your hopes up. It's pretty brutal.
Okay.
I feel like this is admin chat that we should have done before recording.
Oh yeah, probably for sure. Yeah.
All right. I will.
Tony, I don't know why you're trying to stall. I also haven't played yet this week. Though, looking at the Chelsea United results, Tommy, do we want to talk about literally anything else?
Yeah, I'm really happy to skip right to the World Cup talk. That's a little bit more exciting
let's do that. Didn't we love it? Didn't we love a World Cup draw that started 45 minutes after advertised?
Oh, that was brutal.
How much more can I watch Idris Elba waffle on about nothing?
I thought I tuned into the wrong thing. Honestly, I switched it on, and for about 10 minutes, there was nothing about football. I was so confused.
I mean, I think I had a fever dream, but there was a talking mascot and an alternate universe. Yeah. This is when we know the MCU has gone too far. When the World Cup is trying to ape like alternate universes and stuff like that. Okay. It's just unbelievably rubbish.
Are we going to start with the World Cup chat, or should I bring it back to Chelsea 1, Brentford 4?
Yeah. Oh boy.
I mean, speaking of things that were absolutely rubbish.
Yeah,
man.
Tommy, take it away.
This happens. This kind of result happens once a season for us. Just like an out of nowhere, total shocking performance. Like I remember, Bournemouth would do this to us, just like at home, out of like 3-4-0. Just
didn't West Brom go 5 past you last year?
West Brom did this last year. It just happens, and I don't know if it has. I mean, I'm sure it has something to do with players coming off international break. We got Champions League focus. Happy midweek. I'm sure there was a lack of focus in the side. They're distracted. You have what's going on with Chelsea behind the scenes too. There's a lot going on. I don't want to put. Hey, I'm not putting the blame on that, but you could tell from like.
It sure sounds like you're putting the blame on that, Tommy.
Okay, yeah.
I honestly think Thomas Tuchel listened to our pod, listened to Tommy say Brentford are shit, and yeah.
Took his eye off the ball, didn't you?
Yeah,
come on, Tommy Tukes. You can't afford to do that.
Yeah, Tommy Tukes, that's right. So
Mendy, like watching Mendy's passing in that first half is like, Tony, I think you mentioned it. He's like, they look drunk, and it's like, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Boys, if we're running with the theory that Tuchel is listening to our podcast, should we be renaming ourselves as 4-4 Tuchel?
No.
4-4 Tuchel.
I thought that one was pretty good.
That one that sounds funny though. I will say that 4-4 Tuchel.
You can't say it sounds funny and then not laugh. It doesn't work.
I got a slight chuckle out of it. I got a slight chuckle out of it.
Yeah.
Come on, Tony.
Of course you did. You think you're so funny. You laugh at every joke you make. Yeah, it's well, yeah. Good on you.
Someone has to recognize the fucking quality I bring.
Okay.
Bringing it back to this game, we could not handle Brentford's press at all. I'm surprised that we didn't concede in the first half, given all sort of our defensive calamity. Playing for the back just doesn't really work and suit us.
Well, playing at the back and then not putting in Jorginho in the midfield to help you build around the press. Ruben Loftus-Cheek he's not a 6, right? Like,
or even not starting
at this point, I don't think he's an 8 either. Or a 10. Okay. I don't know what he is at this point.
We didn't start Kovacic either, which was a bit odd.
No.
Loftus-Cheek is kind of guy you...
he's a third
leave on the bench.
Yeah, honestly, as a good bench. Like his career, when we did that one stupid event in January a few years back, and he did his knee... we played in some turf field in America for some stupid event. That's
right.
it. He went down. He's been downhill since. Not downhill, but he hasn't been the same since. But anyways, Rudiger, like one of the goals of the season, he has this attempt every game. He does some like 30-yard attempt that's really close. This time it goes in. I think he just broke the team.
Look, Rudiger firing off pot shots from 30 yards is like me trying to get Tony to laugh at a pun on the podcast every week. He's gonna keep trying it. One eventually happens, and then it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly. That'll be the day the podcast ends, isn't it?
Probably.
We fall to bits, lose 4-1.
And then, after that, I think he just gave up defending.
What would you say? Taking it completely off topic from this. What would you say the podcast equivalent of losing 4-1 is?
All of us getting our predictions right, maybe. No. Okay.
Could happen. I was thinking more along the lines of just a general complete technical failure.
Yeah, I was thinking one of our audios doesn't go through.
I was gonna say me uploading the wrong audio file for the.
I was gonna. Yeah, you wanna explain what you did last week? Then?
No, not really. I got someone
decided to hog the glory. Only upload your audio.
I got someone send me a message afterwards saying that he listened to 45 minutes of me rambling crazily to myself. he thought that was the podcast. I was like, no, here's the link. It's like, yeah, I'm not going back. I'm just gonna go with it. It's like, okay, sure enough. That's fair.
Did he enjoy that?
Yeah, apparently. He thought I was going crazy.
Fair play. Yeah.
You know what? I enjoy that someone can listen to just you, remove myself and Tommy from the podcast completely, and still say, "Yeah, this is a viable podcast."
Yeah, let's not do that again. That's solely on me. I apologize, but bringing it back to Saturday's disaster class. Chelsea. Any worries about top 4, Tommy?
That's my next point was going to be is the job's not done. You look at if Arsenal win this game in hand that they've had for so long, they'll only be like 1 or 2 points behind us. And you have Spurs in like really good form at the moment. I'm not feeling safe with Chelsea with them being secure in the top 4. And I'm worried that we might be getting dragged into a top 4 battle, which wasn't really a case for all season.
I will be honest. I think it's very possible you go on to win every game from now to the end of the season.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. It could just be like a one-off game. We had it before they had this happen. Yeah,
you don't have tough games left. You will be fine, I think.
Top 4 aside, on the Brentford end of things, great to see Christian Eriksen score.
Yeah, great finish. He's had a great week as well.
He scored for Denmark.
Yeah, against Holland, I think. Was it against the Netherlands?
Yeah, it was.
Got a stunning ovation. We were having a conversation offline about whether he stays at the end of the season, whether he renews his contract, or I think he might push for an upper tier club. I don't know. I think he still has the quality. Evidently, if he can continue to prove his fitness, but definitely one of the good stories, one of the feel-good stories of the season, considering what happened at the Euros. Yeah.
I agree, Tony. I think I think most teams were worried about taking him on, and now they've seen that he's got the fitness class that is always been there. I think in the summer he's going to be due for a move to a bigger club for sure. Whether it's Premier League or not, I don't know, but definitely feel that's the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Oh, we could keep talking about this
I was
game.
wondering why the
No,
pause that I
no.
remembered what was next.
Yeah, let's go to what's next.
All right. Man United won. Leicester City won. You know what? It went better than the last time we played Leicester City, because I think we got pumped 4-2 when we played them under Solskjaer. So,
I'm gonna say
improvement.
I
I don't know.
I thought-
is it the summer yet? Can the season be done?
it could be for you, honestly.
Like, they might as well be. Like, the way we played, these guys are already on the beach.
Like, I remember seeing that fixture and result and just not really, it felt inconsequential because you're just not gonna make Champions League football. Not because it's not possible, but you have I think you have 3 players maybe in the entire team that care what happens this season. One of them being Fred.
You know what? God bless Fred.
Yeah,
He's.
Fred.
I didn't think I'd be saying this at the start of the season, but
Player of the
he's
season.
the singular thread that is keeping my sanity together, footballing wise.
Does he have more goals than Lukaku now? How close is he?
All roads lead back to Lukaku, who crazily can't get off.
Who
can't
would
get
have
a
thought?
game.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought that he would be at least close? That's just
I
crazy.
like to predict that. I like to point out I predicted Lukaku worst signing of the season. I am taking that credit.
yeah, you're very close.
Yeah. I look Ronaldo, Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford. I don't know. You could pick anyone in that United team. They just seem to be playing for themselves. So many people are taking care of themselves, I feel, playing their own game. I actually do see some semblance of coaching when I watch United. I just feel like the players are not doing...
The players aren't listening.
Yeah,
They're not responding to it.
You have Sancho in the final third. I'm sorry. I know he had a little bump in form, but I don't see
No,
it.
it's not been a good season.
Yeah.
It's not been a good season.
He doesn't take on enough responsibility from a 1v1. And then, yeah. I don't know. I don't know where to start with United. I don't know if there's any point.
Ilanga tackling Rashford when Rashford was just about in on
that
goal
was
about
brutal.
sums up our season.
Yeah.
That is like our season. You're just like, hang on, this is the chance. It's about to. Nope, it's fucked.
You know the
We're
best
fucked.
part about that? Bruno Fernandes losing his shit at the referee. Say that's got to be a penalty. There's something wrong with that guy, man.
He complains about
honestly,
everything, though.
first look, I thought surely like the defenders brought him down, and then I looked at the alternate angle. I was just like, no, we've just tripped up our own man. On the Leicester side, though, Maddison's cross for Kelechi's goal. Oh my days! You're not going to see a better cross put in all season.
Can't remember the last time I was that excited for an assist. That was crazy because it's one of those things that you don't see it on the screen, and he just whips that ball in with his weak foot. I should add from about 40 yards. Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of delivery you can't miss. He was excellent throughout. Maddison.
Yeah, it was United couldn't live with him, and like especially in the second half, they couldn't live with his general crossing. His set piece deliveries were on point today as well. Or did I say today? Yesterday, day before.
Whenever it was. You know what I was gonna say about Leicester is I really like watching Maddison, Dewsbury Hall, Barnes, Tielemans. They link up very well in attack, and if
Harvey Barnes is such a tidy player.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy watching him.
I think if he got a move, he could go up a level. I think there are goals in him, and I don't think he delivers enough for his quality. But
I was just gonna ask before you go on. I was just gonna say with Leicester, I think we all kind of mentioned earlier in the season how we think Brendan Rodgers is probably due to leave Leicester, like to kind of move on, both parties. I'm thinking here if they can maybe poach Graham Potter from Brighton, that might be, and with this sort of talent that they have and his style of play, that might be a decent sort of move for both teams.
Yeah, I don't know honestly with that because the thing is we were saying that, but where's Rodgers really gonna go at this point? That's the problem for him, right? Like I was convinced that he would leave, but Leicester have had some serious injury issues this season. They look better with Fofana back in there, I think. They also look better with.
I think it was unfair that we played Maguire and they didn't play Soyuncu.
Yeah, I mean, having a competent.
I wanted to see the two of them. I wanted to see the two of them face off.
By the way, I still feel that foul on Varane was soft. I think Leicester should have won this game. I think if you slow it down,
Tony,
I think if you slow it down,
I agreed with you at the start. But once I saw the reverse angle, he's hooked his leg and pulled it.
Yeah, that's a clear foul.
The problem is their legs are tangled, right? And he's basically trying to.
You can't hook someone's leg, Tony.
Tony, if that's an Arsenal player and that does not get called, we would not hear the end of it. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think Varane stops playing. I personally think he stops playing, and he just buys
I think he got fouled.
Okay.
Tony, how is that not a foul? He literally sweeps him off his feet.
I can't believe Tommy is the one talking sense.
Who was it that
Come
scooped?
on, Tony.
Who was it that scooped Varane? Who was it that he was tussling with? Can't remember now.
It was Kelechi.
Yeah, it was Iheanacho.
Oh
yeah.
My God, Kelechi.
This is why Nigeria didn't qualify for the World Cup.
Funny enough, we actually had a very similar incident against Ghana. I felt the same way, but yeah, I don't know. Look. Sure, I can understand why it's a foul. Maybe it is a foul. I thought that was pretty poor. If they didn't call that foul, I don't think people would make a big deal out of it, personally. Like, if you have to work that hard, they had to show about 5 angles before we saw that foul.
They showed 2 angles.
No, they didn't.
They showed 2 angles and it was obvious. Come on. I'm moving on from this because I'm not having this rubbish. Get on. Well, let's move on to something that'll make.
Hey, final point 20. It can be about Varane though.
What?
I mean, you're gonna make a point about Varane not being that great?
No, I wasn't. But
okay.
I was going to say, United, surprisingly, I heard this week that you have like the 6th oldest squad in the league. That kind of crept up on me. And
when the fuck did that happen? We were one of the youngest squads in the league like 2 years ago. I don't understand how this happened.
Well, when you signed Cavani at 35 and Ronaldo at 50, yeah, that would do it. But yeah, no. I was just pointing out that a lot of contracts are up at the end of the season, so might be an opportunity for you to renew the squad.
Don't you dare fucking renew them.
Yeah.
Ed Woodward, I know you're gone, but don't you dare fucking renew them.
Yeah.
Is McTominay's contract up? Because that would be a good one not to renew.
You could not renew
I don't
the whole
think so.
Squad, but anyway.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Moving on to something that'll make Tony a little bit happier. Tottenham 5, Newcastle 1.
Yeah. Am I tasked with talking about this game? I really hope not.
Yeah, now you are. I wasn't gonna toss it to you, but now, yeah, go on.
Sure. I'll just say if you like Spurs counterattack, you deserve to lose the game. It's the only weapon they have. I thought Newcastle were pretty stupid in the second half, the way they played. Their defending was atrocious, but look, Spurs have quality attackers, right? Like the signings they made, Kulusevski, in particular, he's been fantastic, right? Like, I think, in the race for that top 4, that could be the difference.
I think the biggest thing that Kulusevski seems to give them is when Kane is dropping deep to play those line-breaking passes on the counter. Instead of just having one guy to aim for in Son that you can kind of double up on Now you have to worry about Kulusevski running on as well.
What?
At the same time, Kulusevski is someone who can pick a pass, is making the right decisions too.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't Mura make those runs? Or are we not?
Mura he's so hot and cold, though.
True.
Like, he's a very streaky player. Like, he'll have some games where he looks unplayable, and then the next week you'll be like, the ball will just be bouncing off him. He's like, when he's on it, he's very, very good, but he's just not consistent enough to be a starter.
Did you guys see how far Kane was dropping deep in this game?
I'm so used to it now.
Yeah, it was, for me. It's just like there was moments where he was actually challenging Saint Maximin in like near his own 18-yard box, and he fouled him. But I was like, what's Kane doing back here? But a point about.
Hey man, he's gonna end his career as basically like an Andrea Pirlo type player.
Yeah, going by it right now, but I will say Kane did not score this game. I'm not even sure if he assisted, to be honest, but he was very instrumental. He did assist.
He had at least one.
Okay,
yeah.
But he definitely didn't score. But he was very instrumental in their play, in their build up, in their counterattack. Kane looks like he's finally back into his top form after a kind of brutal first half season.
He is what Arsenal fans wish Lacazette was. They are the exact same thing, except Kane can score in open play, basically. But no, looks like the players have finally bought into Antonio Conte's.
I mean, I can think of a few other differences between Harry Kane and Alexander Lacazette, honestly.
That's
really?
fair. Yeah.
What else? Honestly, I can't. I don't know. Okay.
Lacazette is very bald, but has a lovely beard. Kane has a wonderful head of hair, shit beard though.
Okay, point taken.
You can't compare the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very hot and cold.
Yeah.
Just like Lucas Moura. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Spurs are upsettingly getting good. I think we pointed out, or at least we spoke about it off air, that they've been good for a while now. Sneakily, the common theme or the perception seems to be that they're inconsistent, but I think they've been consistently good for the past 2 months. Yeah,
four of their last 5 wins in the Premier League, which is showing that Conte's got this team firing for sure.
Yeah, the signings have been on point. Like, we already spoke about Kulusevski, but Bentancur is really helping them keep a semblance of control in the middle of the pitch as well, which is something that, I don't know, Harry Winks didn't give them.
Yeah. Gotta move on, please. I'm starting to get some anxiety. Can we just move on?
A little bit worried. A little bit worried about that spot.
Let's talk
now.
about Spurs a little bit more. Let's talk about how Christian Romero has learned how to defend in the last month.
No, he's rubbish.
Or
he's rubbish.
He is
yeah.
pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Or how Matt Doherty has been revitalized under Conte. Let's talk about how Eric Dyer
rubbish.
Still looks like he's always been hit by a frying pan.
You know what? I've had enough of Spurs.
I feel better.
Lloris
I
has
feel
weirdly
better,
flappy arms.
actually. The more you talk about it, I realize Spurs will be Spurs. Yeah.
Once you start moving back from the forward line, the quality does start to drop off.
Oh, Hugo Lloris. God. Like, he is not a good goalkeeper anymore. I'm sorry. He has
you
to
think
say
you think he has to take his share of the blame for that free kick?
that's better performance, but
Thank you.
yeah.
But no laugh. That's
No.
just not good enough yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. Yeah, but
We're not there yet, no? Okay. You know, I'll break him eventually. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
maybe a million cuts, but sure.
All right, should we move on?
I'm willing. Look, if you want me to eventually hit 1 million puns on the pod, I'm willing to take up that challenge.
You're getting
I
close.
will have to
yeah.
up the
You are
frequency.
getting close, honestly. It's like a pun a minute, but yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Should we talk about the title
Moving
race? The 2 in the title race? Is that next, or we get another
Honestly, no. They played the same game, so they can wait. I want to talk about West Ham 2, Everton 1, because Michael Keane is just having some kind of competition with himself where he's trying to do something stupider every single week.
he's letting his team down every game now. Honestly,
I mean, look, I know you can be keen to make a challenge, but that's just dumb.
yeah, he was captain, and I got it. I just no.
I know you got it.
Yeah.
I know you got it. I heard the little pause. That's all I need.
Was he? He was captain this game, right?
He was captain.
Is the leadership that bad that Michael Keane is who you turn to for the captaincy? Like, I know Coleman wasn't playing, but yeah, I don't know. I just
give it. I don't know. Give it to Calvert-Lewin or something. I don't.
I'd even rather
surely or
Pickford
Decore.
or Pickford.
Literally anyone.
Yeah,
Pickford.
yeah. Frank Lampard's not helping.
Absolutely
The
brainless stuff.
the signing of Dele Alli, that could be what ends up costing him this job, because
Yeah.
there was no indication that Dele Alli was going to be useful in the past 3 years of watching football. And Van der Beek gets injured in the warm-up, right? And yet
Yep.
Dele Alli isn't chosen to take his spot, despite the fact that they played like for like they played the same role. He was replaced with what? Was it? It was Mason Holgate.
It was Mason Holgate.
A center back.
They chose to play a centre back in midfield over Dele Alli.
Yeah.
Hey, he scored, right? Didn't he?
Look, giving him that goal, like, it's his goal, but it's, tenuous. Like, the amount of change in direction that came off that deflection
Yeah, it was a massive deflection.
ridiculous.
How about Cresswell's
Like,
goal, though?
I mean, Holgate was okay. Like, he played fine, but, he's not a central midfielder. Why have you signed the central midfielder permanently if you're not going to replace the like-for-like player with him?
Alex Iwobi's contribution on West Ham's winner is terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, it's terrible.
wonderful tackle to stop a counter-attack.
What?
Unfortunately, it's his own
Wait,
team's
no,
counter-attack.
didn't he? He lost the
He
ball. He
lost
lost
possession.
bad touch, and then he jogged.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought he accidentally tackled one of his teammates.
No,
Maybe I'm still thinking about Elanga and Rashford.
I'm sure he
I
did.
think you were.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
did that at some
That
point in
might
the
be.
game.
It's
but-
burned into my memory, honestly.
Yeah, he took his eye off the ball. It rolled away, and he has his hands on his head as West Ham just sprint away. Antonio, his shot saved, and then Jared Bourne. I'm really concerned about Everton. They're playing some of the worst football in the Premier League. Like,
Look,
even the games they're winning
play-
are not impressive.
They play Burnley
If they
in
lose
midweek.
that-
If Burnley win this game, all bets are off.
They're at home for
Yeah.
that game, right? Everton?
Let me quickly check.
No, I think Burnley.
No,
I
Burnley
think
are
it's
at home.
Burnley.
If they lose that game, I think they're going. Honestly,
But-
they still have to play Man United. Sure, jokes about Man United, insert here. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Their running is not easy. Like, look at the rest of the
They're
games.
playing a lot. They're playing a lot of
Maybe
motivated
Brentford. Other
teams
than that,
as
where
well.
can you see them picking up points?
It's genuinely like so much hinges on this game,
Yeah.
and Everton have shown, if nothing else this season, they are mentally just rubbish.
Yeah.
Like there's no good headspace about that team.
Yeah, it's a very
Like, we
team, right? Like,
Yeah, like you expect a bit of grit, a bit of like fight from Everton every time you play them, and it's just nothing there. They're soft.
We should probably the two goals that's actually I want to make a point about Antonio. This guy, like, he's not the best finisher, but man, does he work hard, and he's such a nuisance up top for any defender. He had a few just like bully runs to get by, and I know he had his shot was the one that was saved for Bowen's goal, which is a really smart finish too, because I forget who was sliding in to block it, and then Bowen kind of
you
does
think
like
that
a
was
little.
intentional?
I don't know if it was, but if it was brilliant.
Yeah,
because it goes over the player where he would have
bounces
blocked it. Yeah,
into the ground. It's
it's
not clear if it was, but yeah, it definitely looked a good finish. Antonio is really good. He carries a threat.
If it's not what he meant to do, it's a good instinct to have.
yeah.
Yeah, the Ozil finish.
And then we had Cresswell's brilliant free kick.
Do you think if Pickford had longer arms, he would save it?
He probably
Honestly, I think he might. He'd get a
probably.
better chance at it.
Was it-
T-Rex arms flailing in the wind.
Was it Courtois who made that point? About Pickford being tiny. Anyway, I thought it was a great free kick. Honestly, from Cresswell, I don't think anyone's saving it. But yeah, all eyes on Wednesday at Turf Moor.
Oh, and then speaking of Cresswell, didn't he have another kick late in the game where he should have been sent off for some violent play where I think it was where Charleston, he pretty much kicked Charleston in the face. And I'm not sure how that wasn't reviewed for a red. I just don't get it because that was pretty clear.
I have my thoughts on the way referees choose who they send off and who they don't. I'm just going to leave it at perception. If you're perceived to be a certain type of player, yeah, you either get the benefit of the doubt or you don't. That's a red card offense. And he has the cheek to go
definitely be off.
He has a cheek to go at Richarlison afterwards and tell him he's diving. It's like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. But yeah,
he fouled the guy and then kicked him.
Yeah, it's a red card.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. But hung up on that. We should move on to the title race. I mean, I could separate these two games out, but I felt I almost watched two of the same game.
We could combine them.
Liverpool, we can combine them. It's our podcast. No one's going to tell us otherwise, other than maybe some Liverpool and City fans. Liverpool beating Watford 2-0. City beating Burnley 2-0. Yeah, job done. Nice and easy for both of them. Neither team looked like once they went 1-0 up that they were going to really lose the game by any means.
Yeah, the Burnley City game was over, let's be honest, in the first 5 minutes with De Bruyne is just... This guy has some really top-notch finishing. Doesn't need any extra touches. And I think that was an outside-the-boot finish, too, if I'm not wrong, on that first goal. It was just brilliant.
Might have been laces, but
might have been laces. Yeah.
Just arrows his shots. He's so clinical, man. Yeah, I thought it was a great response from City after Liverpool's win because they were top, right? Liverpool after they beat Watford.
They were top.
Yeah, they went top after winning.
Yeah. I just look at Liverpool in general, and like they have so much depth now in their team. Like, and if any attacker is not informed, there used to be a time we said if Salah is not informed, you're not so sure where the goals are going to come from. Now they have Jota, they have Diaz, Sadio Mane still chipping in every now and then. Like, I remember after AFCON, when the players returned from AFCON, Jota was rested for a period. It seemed like he couldn't get off the bench, and all of a sudden he's back in the firing line and he's scoring again.
I know about Jota before you go on. For someone so short, he is such a great aerial threat. Like, that header was brilliant. Like, great cross from, I think it was Gomez.
It's his timing on the runs and jumps, which is, like, he's not out jumping anyone, but he can time his jumps so well. And, he's so good at reading where exactly the ball is going to be coming to.
Yeah,
reminds me of
so many headers. So many, yeah.
Reminds me of Tim Cahill with Everton, right? How he was able to just dominate the box in the air with being like 5 foot. What was he, 5'9", something like that? I can't remember now.
Tim, he was 5'10", I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Tim Cahill was legendary in the air. I don't think he's quite at that level. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. No, but
yeah,
similar qualities.
Yeah, I remember Alexis he's like 5'7". He used to win. It just makes you realize it's not about your height. It's just about having that capacity to read the crosses and compete.
Hey man, that's the one crutch I have. Don't take that away from me.
Yeah. I think Liverpool have a better squad and maybe even starting lineup than Man City. The showdown, we have that showdown at City of Manchester Stadium. That's not anymore.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback. What, 2007?
Yeah, the Etihad. Big game.
Sunday at 11:30 Eastern.
Yeah, it's a huge game. Probably
if there's one game you watch this season, ladies and gentlemen, that's the one.
Quick predictions, Wes? No, no
All
one's
right,
up.
who wants to go first?
No, I
I'll
can't.
go. I'll make a prediction. I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy.
You know what? I will. I actually think City win it.
I think I'm with Azar. I think I'm gonna go 1-1 in that game. Yeah, and that would be advantage City, but I don't know. I still feel somehow Liverpool will win this league. I just think they are quite possibly the best team in the world right now. So
Definitely the most informed team.
yeah,
How many wins on the sorry? How many wins on the trot now? I don't know, but
I think it's about 10 wins.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's terrifying for him. But yeah, we should move on.
I can't wait for this season
Yeah,
to
I
be
was
done.
just gonna say we should move on before we start.
Yeah,
going
let's get by this.
Depressing season. Why do I watch football? You know what? Sometimes I watch it because there's games like Wolves 2, Aston Villa 1. If I can't shit on Liverpool, I will shit on Liverpool legend. Steven Gerrard, not doing that well.
Best young manager in the world, according to Tommy.
Well, I said one of the most promising managers in the world.
That's what I said. No?
All right, he's promising nothing but crap right now.
No, so wait, I have a question, and I mentioned it before, but Tyrone Mings, he is how is this guy making the England international team? Because him, like he was brutal this his first half. He was letting Fabio Silva walk by him, and I'm just like, you're an England international, and this defense for Villa was brutal. The entire first half, so much space left behind. They couldn't keep up with their runners. I'm surprised there was only 2 in the first half, to be honest.
Look, they had to sub on poor Ashley Young. He scored an own goal. He looks like Ashley old now. Like, just doesn't have the speed anymore, and it makes just a weird half clearance decision, and the ball just loops off him into the back of the net, and that kind of just summed up Villa's day, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Tyrone Mings has been terrible this season. He's you say, how does Tyrone Mings get in the England squad? I mean, have you seen who's ahead of him? So that's
fair point.
But, I'm convinced he gets picked because he's left-footed. I think that's the only thing he has going for him. Yeah, not great. I once thought he was pretty promising, but I don't know whether it's just bad coaching. His positioning is terrible. But yeah, just in general, I don't really know what Villa are trying to do when they have possession these days. The shape is different every week. Just feels like Gerrard is tinkering to try and find his
it does seem like that.
Try and find his best team. He seems to be banking on Coutinho a lot. Coutinho is not his player yet, so yeah, I don't know. He needs a big summer, I think, Gerrard, if he's gonna make any splashes next season. Because so far his tenure has been pretty, I don't know, underwhelming to underwhelming. Yeah.
I mean, he did the job of securing their spot in the Premier League because they were near the bottom when he came in. So he did that, and now they're comfortably mid-table, and that's probably where they're going to end up. And yeah, maybe it's time to already start thinking about next season for them.
Honestly, I'm gonna say he improved them a bit, but it's also just a case of there were squads that were much worse than Villa's, and we're seeing them at the bottom of the table right now. Like, Villa's squad going into the season was nothing like bottom 5 worthy or anything like that. It was a mid-table level squad, and I remember Gerrard's got them playing.
I remember us being really excited at the start of the season for Villa, weren't we? We're talking about Danny.
We were once Emi Buendia didn't pan out though. The squad kind of seemed to run out of steam.
Sure, but then you upgrade on Buendia with Coutinho, and it still seems the team's pretty meh in general. Leon Bailey's done nothing really this season, but yeah, we'll see. Good.
He's also had a lot of injury problems, Bailey, which was the big concern.
Yep.
Coming in with him.
Yeah, but good win for Wolves. They've been impressive this season, right? And they're not a team you want to be chasing. So yeah, great finish by, was it Johnny who scored the first
Yeah.
goal? Johnny.
It was Johnny.
Yeah.
It's good to see him back because he was out for a while. I think with either an ACL or an Achilles. I can't remember, but he's looked very bright since coming back, and it's good to see he's still got that drive, the ability to get forward.
Yeah, good player.
Moving on to Leeds 1, Southampton 1. James Ward-Prowse, I believe, is now officially second all-time in Premier League free kicks scored, only behind David Beckham.
Yeah.
And he's put another one perfectly in the top corner. Like, is there a better set-piece taker in the league than him?
Initially, I asked who's better, Madison or Ward-Prowse, but yeah, definitely still think it's Ward-Prowse. Madison does give him a good run for his money, but I think you guys are mentioning that from free play, from open play, you go for Madison, and then on set pieces, it's going to be Ward-Prowse any day of the week.
Yeah, he's one of the best free kick takers in the history of the Premier League, Ward-Prowse. So, yeah, well, as Zuzair said, he's second right now. I mean, look at some of the names that he's ahead of. That is pretty impressive. Ahead of Henry, ahead of Ronaldo, ahead of, I think Zola might have been up there for free kicks. But, yeah, in open play, maybe not much else. But I think that was a pretty good point for Leeds. They've actually been quite impressive under Jesse March. I think he's doing a really good job there. And, yeah, there was a bit of skepticism from our part as well. When he first came in, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to sort out the defense. But, yeah, he just seems to have re-energized the place. Everyone seems to really be buying into what he's... they've had that new manager bounce, let me put it that way. So, but
It'll be really interesting to... I think Leeds will be safe from here on out. I don't think the bottom three teams are going to pick up enough points to catch them. So it'll be really interesting to see what they do over the summer. Can they hang on to Calvin Phillips, let's say, who's just come back from injury? It was good to see him back. And where they decide to build with Jesse Marsh. Because, you know, Bielsa has left a foundation there if their players can stay fit.
and if they can keep their players. Because
that's going to be the big challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to keep someone like Rafinha.
And even Calvin Phillips. But, yeah, Leeds are now 8 points clear of safety, of the relegation zone. So, yeah.
I think that's a good enough cushion for them. Because do they have 7 games left, 8 games left?
7.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Especially when you have...
They should be fine there.
Especially when the teams below them are Everton, Watford, Burnley, and Norwich. Don't see them picking up points to catch up to Leeds.
No.
Given how they've played.
That brings us to the last Premier League game of the weekend, and Brighton and all of their 31 shots, 0. Norwich, 0.
That's insane. 31 shots and 4 on target. That is insane. That was like Italy in when they lost to North Macedonia. Wasn't something similar like that?
Yeah.
It's just like me shooting. I'm going to be honest. Brighton shoot like I do.
We
it's
have
wildly all over the place.
We do have video evidence of that. Yeah, you do.
We do have video evidence of that now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Hey, we can post it if you want. But anyway.
Yeah, we should.
No, actually, I already tossed it up on my own Instagram.
Okay.
Nothing to hide.
Okay.
I make no bones about it.
Yeah, Brighton. They take a lot of pod shots. They have a lot of territorial dominance, but they don't create. I don't know. I just look at their attackers and they don't have any threat. Like,
well, what about Trossard?
You don't
Trossard
need threat when you have a fucking penalty. You don't need threat when Norwich are fucking playing volleyball in the box and giving away a penalty. You just need to put a fucking penalty on target.
Who handled that ball? Was that Sargent? I can't remember.
Whoever handled that ball, that was one of the most blatant handballs I have seen in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think it might have been Sam Byron, but yeah, it's volleyball. I think you said it was like a volleyball spike or attempted volleyball spike. I don't know.
It's like when a goalkeeper charges out to punch across.
Yeah.
That's almost what it looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, excellent punch. Did win it very cleanly above the striker, but probably not what Norwich were looking for. But doesn't matter when Mope puts the penalty over.
I was gonna argue. I was gonna say you could argue that was good defending, because Brighton Brighton and penalties.
These guys couldn't score in a fucking brothel. That's the point it's gotten to.
Yeah. Look, their season's descended into nothing. I was pretty impressed with them last season, but they need to get some good attackers in. We've been trying to flog Andy and Nketiah to them. I think they've been smart to not go in that direction. They need serious quality in the final third if they're going to make any progress. But yeah,
I think you need to find whoever was in charge of the Iwobi deal in order to flog Andy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What was it?
We can loan you whoever set up the Dan James deal.
Was it 40 mil for Iwobi?
Oh,
30?
It was 20 with add-ons could go on to 40. I don't think those add-ons are going to get to 40.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Arsenal, there is one game on Monday. Obviously, will have been completed by the time this podcast goes out. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal.
I'm stressed.
Oh, that's good, because Tony, I am asking you for your prediction. I would just like to remind you, Tottenham are nipping at your heels.
Yeah, I think 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
All right. Tommy.
What happened in the first fixture between them this season?
2-2. We equalized with a last-minute Lacazette goal.
Yeah.
That was the start of Lacazette coming back in the team.
So I need Arsenal to win in my Fantrax league, and I need Saka to score a couple goals. So I'm gonna say Palace. It's a 0-0 game, but I kind of hope an Arsenal win.
I should point out that Saka was unavailable for England.
Yeah, but I think Arteta said he's been training, so he's okay. He should play.
I should also point out that Arteta is known for
bullshitting.
Absolute bullshitting.
That's terrible. Okay, I hope Arsenal lose now, man.
It could be Pepe. I hope it's Saka. It could be Pepe, but yeah.
My God, rare Pepe sighting. We can only dream, ladies and gentlemen. I am predicting
last season against them. So yeah.
I am predicting that's Roy Hodgson's Palace. This is a very different Palace now. I'm predicting 1-0 to the Arsenal. They've been solid defensively. I think that will continue. It'll be a good game, though. Palace are no slouches. Nope. They've been very, very impressive this season.
Wilfred Zaha is a dub. I hope. Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. Well, at least Eze is back, so they can slot him in to pick up some of the creative slack if that happens.
Stressed.
Elise's,
Elise will
there as well.
do that.
Stressed.
But gentlemen, there is a bigger matter at hand than Palace Arsenal, and we mentioned this up at the top of the podcast.
Speak for your damn self, but okay.
There is a little something called the World Cup that is on the horizon. The draw has been made. We know who Canada will be playing in the World Cup. Our group, Group F, consists of Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I mean, not the worst group, not the best group. Belgium.
Honestly, I was just so happy to have once Spain and Germany got drawn in a group together. All I just wanted was to avoid that one. I just did not want that one.
I think it depends on how good you think this Canada team is. I'm pretty stoked for that group. Because, look, they were in Pod 4. They were always going to get a tough team, right? Like, I'm not sure I didn't want them to get France. I didn't want them to get Germany. And I didn't want them to get Spain, really. I think those are the teams I wanted to take them to.
I didn't really want Brazil.
Oh,
either,
yeah, and
honestly.
Brazil. But Belgium are good. They're not invincible, right? They can be got at. and that's going to be our first game. So Canada are a bit of an unknown quantity to these teams. They could imagine they get a win there. I'm just saying.
Look,
just imagine they get a win there. It sets them up for the rest of the campaign. So
I'm just saying the weakest point of Belgium's team is their defense.
Yeah.
And the strongest point of Canada's team is our forwards.
Yeah.
So, it does. There could be chances in that game. Obviously, we're not going to hang our hopes on getting a win against Belgium. The focus is more likely to be see what you can get from that game, and then focus on the next two. And Morocco, they and Canada are the two lower seeds in this, but Croatia, they're a good team. They're an experienced team. But they're also, their stars are on the older side, whereas Canada are a very young team. And, it basically might come down to the experience versus the youth and see who wins out in that one. But there is a chance for an upset there.
Yeah, but Canada's strength lies in their togetherness, right? They're pretty similar to England in that sense, actually, in that they're greater than the sum of their parts. Right? Because as much as we do have Jonathan David, we do have Alphonso Davis, but we can't go around and saying that man for man we are as strong as some of the better teams in the world, right? It's the togetherness.
Speak for yourself. I will as we get closer and closer to the World Cup, I will be getting fully on the hype train.
Yeah.
You are welcome to take a seat beside me, my friend.
I'm excited for Canada in this World Cup. I think they can get at Croatia. They have to beat Morocco if they want any chance of going through. But I think
how has Morocco looked though? Have you watched them play in their qualifying campaigns?
Qualifying, no. I watched them at AFCON. Look, Morocco, they have some good players, right? I don't know. I just think, I'm trying to remember. They went out to Egypt, I think.
Hakim Ziyech won't be there as long as his rift with the national team continues, so that's positive for us because he's probably their best player.
Yeah, I don't know. I think really man for man, Canada are stronger than Morocco. They just are. Their best player is probably Hakimi? Yeah, I'd say Hakimi.
Probably.
It'll be Hakimi now.
Yeah, Hakimi will be their strongest player. He is a good wing back, but yeah, if Canada want to qualify from that group, they just have to win that game. That's the gimme. That's the team everybody will be looking to face. But it won't be an easy fixture. There's no easy fixture in that game, in that group.
Nope.
But I don't know. A lot of people seem to be a bit concerned about the strength of the group. I just felt that was as good as it was going to get.
Honestly, I don't think there was really an easy group to get drawn into. Once Qatar's group got filled out by Netherlands and Senegal, I don't think there was really a group you wanted. There was maybe a group or two you wanted to avoid, but that was about it.
Is there a group of death? I don't know that there's a group of death this time.
No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is, because the Germany-Spain group, Japan are decent, but, you don't expect them to really do much against Germany or Spain, and then they've got an intercontinental playoff winner coming into that one, which is usually one of the weakest teams.
Well, it could be Costa Rica, right? I think it's either New Zealand or Costa Rica, I believe, coming out of there.
And Germany and Spain will slap both of them.
Yeah. Group B has a potential to be really, really emotional. Just looking...
The group of international relations.
Yeah, pretty much. You have England, Iran, USA, and potentially one of Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is... it's one of those three, so...
You either have one of the home nations drawn against England, or you have Ukraine, who...
That will be the joke that will get me to... That will be the group that will get me to make a joke that will get me kicked off the pod.
Yeah, I thought you were going to make the joke now.
We know it's happening. Yeah. No. I'll save it for closer to the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what group?
We really want to disarm the group, don't we?
Tommy about to talk about Group C.
No. Actually, I think I'm looking at Group H. I've seen Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea. I think if
that's a fun group.
It's not a group of death,
really
but that is
group.
I'm gonna say that's a group where like every matchup is probably really really exciting. There, Tony doesn't agree.
I was pretty devastated midweek when Ghana knocked Nigeria.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
they robbed us of our Argentina Nigeria game at every World Cup. It's ridiculous. What am I supposed to do if I don't get Argentina versus Nigeria? What is Ahmed Musa supposed to do now?
I'm convinced if I was Nigeria's goalkeeper, we'd have gone through. The guy can't save anything, honestly. But, oh god, yeah. Coming back to this, the repeat of it was the 2010 quarterfinal, Ghana versus Uruguay. Trust me, that's gonna be really tasty. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that, and I want nothing more than for Ghana to get their revenge.
Suarez still plays for the national team.
Of course he does.
Yeah,
he's going to be in for some treatment. The whole continent has not forgotten that handball. So, yeah, I agree. That's a pretty even group because I'm not really sure about the strength of. Well, they have decent forwards. South Korea, Son Heung-min and Hwang Hee-chan.
They are the best Asian team
Yeah.
at the World Cup, in my opinion.
Most definitely.
And I don't think it's close. I don't think another Asian team carries the forward threat that they do. Like, you have, Iran will be solid defensively, but South Korea can hurt you. Like, Hwang and Son are two genuinely very good forwards. So,
you think Iran can be solid defensively? Is that just based on recent results, or are there...
No, that's just they play a defensive style. And, I mean, they were immense defensively in qualifying as well. Obviously, it might not translate to the next level. But they only conceded, I think, 4 goals in qualifying or something like that. So, it's, you get what you get with them.
Yeah, I'm just looking at France's group. Jesus. They would be pretty confident. They should be pretty confident in qualifying. Yeah.
Haven't they done that before? Super confident to get through, and then there's some infighting in between the squad, or some drama happens, and then they lose.
I would say not when they were good. They had a period where they were pretty crap, but you really think there's a chance that this France team won't qualify from this group?
No.
Yeah,
don't. Not at all. No chance.
Yeah, they should be winning.
I mean,
the World Cup.
look, the last few winners haven't made it out of the group.
That's true. That's a fair point.
It would be pretty fun for the tournament if France didn't go through.
When was the last time that the winner went through?
2006, I believe. Brazil.
Oh,
Because
the actual
2010,
2006
France
World
went
Cup.
out in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2010, France went out. 2014, Spain went out. 2018, Germany went out.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe
I can. You know what?
And even before 2006, in 2002, France went out.
They did.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. It could be. There could be maybe Giroud starts and Mbappe gets upset, and then who knows? It's all downhill from there.
Yes, please. Thank you, Tommy, for bringing.
I had to
bring
bring
Giroud quota
Giroud. Yeah, exactly.
for each week. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
I cannot believe Giroud made an appearance in this podcast. There's no need for it.
It's been what 30 something episodes. How can you not believe it at this point?
Tony, how far is he from catching or from being France's all-time goal scorer?
I don't know. 3 or 4 goals.
3 or 4 goals. Hey, he might just. He probably do it before the World Cup if they have enough games.
You know what? My dream World Cup for France is for Giroud to become top scorer for the country at the World Cup, and then for France to get knocked out in the group stage.
He needs 4 goals to beat Hungary. Yeah, he's on 48. Hungary's on 51.
All right, scores 4 against Tunisia, and then they get beaten by Denmark and whoever comes through the qualifier.
I can tell you this for free. That's not gonna happen. So Giroud's not scoring 4 goals against anybody. But yeah, look, Yeah, I just hope Benzema starts, honestly. Hope he doesn't do anything stupid between now and then, because I can't handle Giroud being the all-time goal scorer for France. Just can't. Yeah. France are the reason I got into football, by the way. France 98, that team.
And they will be the reason I break you.
Yeah. Potential. If Giroud does start ahead of Benzema in the World Cup, they could be. But no, I think France are well set up to win this.
I mean, do we want to do some way too early predictions on who's gonna walk away with the title?
Sure, why not? I don't have the tree in front of me, but yeah, I mean, I've pretty much put myself on the line and said France. It's not a very creative choice. They have the best team.
Tommy, what are you thinking?
Oh, Tommy's thinking Poland. He's thinking Poland for sure.
He's always thinking Poland.
He's thinking Lewandowski, top
congrats
scorer.
On Poland.
Yeah.
Congrats on Poland qualifying,
Yeah.
Tommy. And congrats on not getting drawn against Canada.
Yeah, that was the biggest
We
worry
would've fucking slapped them.
having to watch a Poland versus Canada game would have been torture.
Tommy, how excited are you at the prospect of Poland being favorites to qualify from the group?
Oh, thanks for that, Tony. You really needed more talk about Poland having a good group.
Yeah?
I was
hoping.
This is the worst Mexico team I've seen in a while.
Yeah?
And Saudi Arabia, you're pretty rubbish.
They have to qualify.
This was my worst fear, because I was really hoping we get a tough group and it'd be like, oh, Poland gonna finish bottom. There's no way getting through, and then everyone will think that. And it's like, oh, you know what? Now we have a chance. But the fact that we're supposed to technically come second in this has me very, very scared. It's going to be the traditional Poland experience at a major competition. We're gonna
what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, Tommy? I'll lay it out for you right now.
I already know.
You will lose to Mexico, like 2-1 because someone will get sent off. You lose to Saudi Arabia because you score an own goal, and then you'll beat Argentina.
So we have this saying in Poland. It's like the first match is a debacle, the second match is for everything, and the third match is the match of honor when we're already out. We perform our best there. So that's what's going to happen.
I think Argentina is your last game in the group, so you'll win that one.
Yeah,
go on.
What I just want to say is, like, I have I'm really terrified of of our prospects, because we're going to be hyped up by not just people like just in general seeing Poland. Oh yeah, they should come second, but the entire nation's going to absolutely hype this team up beforehand, saying, yeah, Mexico, they're weak, and Saudi Arabia, we win for sure. Hey, even Argentina, they're not the strongest team. We can definitely beat them. And then it's just going to be completely deflating again.
Does Kuczka play for Poland?
No, he's Czech, I believe.
Oh, what am I thinking?
Dodged a bullet there. He plays like he's from Poland.
Yeah, with those rugby tackles he does. Yeah.
You still haven't given me who you think is going to win the tournament.
Oh, right. Who do you think is going to win? I'm going to say Spain. I've been pretty impressed with their qualifying campaign and their team. Maybe it's too early for Spain, but I'm just going to go with that for now. I'd love to see Argentina win, to be honest, and give Messi a send-out, but I just don't think their team has the best defense to get them through.
Kuczka is Slovakian.
Slovakian. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Azar, go ahead.
I think my pick at this point in time is Brazil. I haven't liked Brazil for a little while now. I don't think since 2010 or so.
Because of Neymar, essentially.
No, it wasn't Neymar. It was everything around him. I didn't like any of the players aside from Neymar. Neymar was especially in 2014, was a bit much. But I actually really like a lot of their players now. And I think they have a really good team. There's a reason they're unbeaten throughout qualifying.
Is this because of Fred?
Oh my god, maybe it is.
Yeah, so
maybe I just want to see Fred win the World Cup.
Who are the players around Neymar that you like? I mean, Martinelli. Recently.
I like Vinicius. Martinelli's a good player. Maybe it is
I
Fred.
think it
Maybe
is
I just want to see Fred win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Fred. Oh, imagine Fred bending one in the final. Oh, my heart.
And then United coming back, here, Fred, here's 500k a week just for that performance.
You know what? The pastor, he's been our best player this season, so...
I wonder...
They would do it, too. They would do it.
I wonder if maybe we're sleeping on Germany a bit.
No.
Because they do have Flick. They
them.
do have... they do have Flick in charge, and he's a really great manager. And, they definitely
Look,
haven't...
I can just see their one chance in a knockout game fall into Timo Werner, and I can't back that.
I think they would make it maybe to the quarterfinals, but I think if we're sleeping on anyone, it could be England. They made the semifinals of the Euros. Not the Euros.
The finals,
of the World Cup in 2018, and then the finals of the Euros, right? So who knows? They could go one better. They're a young team that, have been getting better and better.
Southgate does build them around their defense, which is something you need
in international
football.
Yeah, in international football. So Germany, they're a bit flaky these days. So I don't know. Who knows? You might be right, Tommy. They do have good players, but I'm thinking if it's not France, maybe England could do something. Maybe.
In the
that's
end,
a good show.
I guess
Yeah.
we're still a
Really
ways out,
early,
so
yeah.
we need to see how the squads and stuff shape up. But I think that wraps up everything we had to chat about today. Please give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Toss us some ratings on Spotify and Apple. Helps other people find the podcast as well. Thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Pleasure as always, guys.
And thank you for joining me, Tony.
Yeah, great chat, boys. And great chat. Just trying to be creative. It's not there.
Hour and 10 minutes into recording, the creativity is gone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.